guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Urban Decay Naked Cherry collection. This giant plastic cherry showed up on my doorstep and Urban Decay has sent me the entire Naked Cherry collection. Let's see if I can open this. This is what the inside of it looks like. So I got the eyeshadow palette, face palette, 3 lipsticks, 2 eyeliners, and a setting spray. So if you want to hear all of my thoughts, see me do a demo, all of that, then keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, Urban Decay was kind enough to send this over to me. I was so excited when I got this in the mail. It was so unexpected. And I really wanted to try out the cherry palette. So that is exactly what we're gonna do today, as well as all of the other products. Just so you guys know, I'm going to link everything down below in case you're interested in it, everything that I'm wearing on my face and all of that, even this sweater, which I'm obsessed with. I will link all of it down below. So let's hop into doing my makeup and then I will talk about all of my thoughts on the products after that. I put my foundation, powder, and bronzer on. So now I'm going to go into the Naked Cherry Highlight and Blush Palette. This has a highlighter, the blush, and the transparent iridescent shimmer. And I'm just gonna swatch these for you. So this is what they look like. This is the highlight, the blush, and then the iridescent pink shimmer. I don't really know when I would ever use that shimmer, but we are going to use the blush and the highlight today. So first I'm gonna pick up my Morphe E4 and I'm going to pick up some of the blush. And then I am going to pick up my Luxie 522 tapered highlighter and pick up some of that highlight. That finishes up my face makeup. There is the all-nighter cherry setting spray. This is a travel size of their all-nighter, but it is cherry scented. This smells like cough syrup to me and I am not about it. So I'm going to use my regular all-nighter. It's the same setting spray, just not scented. So I'm gonna use this one. I love this setting spray. I think I'm gonna throw this into a giveaway. I did just wanna note that this only comes in the travel size. It doesn't come in the full size, which I really love travel sized setting sprays because obviously you can't put this into a carry-on. So it's really nice to have the smaller size if you are traveling. But I don't know, a little confused why they didn't have it in the full size. And then I'm just gonna blend my face back out like I normally do. All right, we're gonna move on to eyes and I'm going to pick up the Naked Cherry palette. The only Naked palette I have before this one is the Naked 3. I don't have the original, the Naked 2, or the Naked Heat, I think it is. I don't have any of those, so this is my second Naked palette. Actually, I think the Naked 3 was my first ever high-end eyeshadow palette, and the brush that it comes with, I never got use out of. And then I saw the brush in the Cherry palette, and it looked a lot more promising, but I've been trying it out. So the two brushes, this bottom one is from the 3, and the top one is from the Cherry. So the bottom one is like a shader brush, kind of flat, not really flat, but the Cherry palette is like a nice fluffy shading brush. And then again, the gold, this one is the 3 and this is a flat shader brush. And then the one from the Cherry is almost like a pencil brush, which I love this side of it. So I normally never use the brushes from palettes, but this one looked good, so I tried it out. This side isn't as fluffy and nice to blend as I thought it was gonna be, but this pencil side is so good at blending out your lower lash line. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Hot Spot, which is the first shade in the palette. I'm gonna get the creases out of my eyelids and then just set it down. And then next I'm gonna pick up Caution, which is that next shade, and I'm just going to fluff this into my crease. I'm not being super precise about it. I just kind of want to lay down. It's not really a dark shade at all. It's just a super light beigey shade. And I think this is just gonna be good to lay down as the first transition shade. Next up, I'm going to go into Feels, which is this nice light purple shade. I'm still going in with that same fluffy blending brush. And I'm just going to put this into the crease. I'm being a little bit more precise about it, but still using windshield wiper motions and kind of blending it all the way through the crease. Next, I'm going to pick up Bing, which is this like medium toned purple shade. And I'm just going to put this slightly lower in my crease. Now I'm going to go into Devilish with this Zoeva Petite Crease brush, and I'm going to focus this on the outer third of my lid and kind of like the outer V area. I'm going to blend it into the crease right there and then all the way down to the lower lash line. And then with my finger, I'm going to pick up Turn On, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. All right, the next items in the collection are the 24/7 Glide On liners. I love this formula. The shades in this collection are Love Drug and Black Market. So I'm going to take the darker one, which is Black Market, and I am going to trace my eye line and just put this all the way on my upper lash line. I just used my Real Techniques brush to smudge that liner out, so I'm gonna do my mascara and then I'll be right back. I just put on one coat of mascara, and while I wait for that to dry to put on another coat, I'm going to move on to lips. There are 3 of the Vice lipsticks included in this collection. These shades are Devilish, Juicy, and Cherry. Devilish and Juicy are both metallicized, which I'm gonna show you swatches of them so that you can kind of see them. So this one is the one that's not metallic. These 2 I can't really see myself wearing, so I'm gonna put this one on. I'll just do a quick swatch for you guys because I think this is almost better as like a lip topper. So I am going to put it on over a lipstick. But this is what it looks like. I will show you guys what it looks like on its own just so you can see. So that is it on its own. I'm gonna put it on over my BareMinerals liquid lipstick in the shade Boss. Okay, and while we wait for my lip to dry to do the lipstick on over it, I'm going to pick up some of this highlight and just pop that into my inner corners. Okay, just put on another coat of mascara. Now I'm gonna go in with the brush that comes in the palette and take this pencil brush side, and I'm basically going to go through the shades that I went through on my lids and put them, smudge them under my lower lash line. So I'm gonna skip the first 2, but I'm gonna go into Feels first. And this one I'm going to put all the way across. And then next I'm going to go into Bing. And this one I'm going to take about halfway in. So the darker it goes, the less in I'm going to take it, just so that I can keep the darkness on the outside of my eye and keep my eyes looking open. And then I'm going to take Devilish. And this one I'm going to go in even less, probably like a third of the way. And then lastly, because I put the liner on my upper lash line, I'm just going to put the darkest shade, which is in Privacy. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line. Okay, now I'm just gonna pop some mascara on my lower lashes. And since my lips are dry, I'm going to pop on this lipstick really quickly. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. I'm really, really happy with it. I think this is such a pretty look. So let's go through the products really quickly and I'll kind of tell you guys if I recommend them, if I don't, what my final thoughts are. So the first one is the highlight and blush palette. I personally would probably pass on this. I do like the blush and highlight shades. I think these are really pretty. This is a shade I will likely never use, but even so, these are not like my absolute favorite blush and highlight shade that I've ever used in my life. So this would probably be a pass. I'm like a broken record. I always talk about the Tarte Hamptons Weekender palette, but this one I love because it has the bronzer, blush, and highlight in it, and all 3 shades really work well for me. So if I was going to buy a little palette like this, they're very similar in size, I would choose one that had a bronzer as well and that I could use all 3 colors. Next up is the eyeshadow palette. I really enjoyed this. I think the colors are stunning. I think it is such a pretty color story. I know a lot of people were upset that there were not more darker colors or more of like a black cherry vibe, which I do agree would be nice to have a black shade or even like a really dark black with like a cherry colored glitter or something like that. I think there were a lot of other things they could have done with this, but I do personally really like the shades. I've done, I think, 4 looks with this now, and quite a few of them I've done, it's been more of like a warmer, more red shade, like more red look. This one's definitely more purple, so I think that you can get different looks out of this. I also think you could do a neutral everyday look because there are some nice transitions. There's some really nice neutral lid shades, and then there is that dark brown shade. So I think there's a lot you can do with this palette. I will say that if you don't have a nice high-end eyeshadow palette, this is probably not the first one that I would buy. I have talked about the Urban Decay Born to Run palette a million times. I did a full video on this palette, which I will link up here for you guys. But this is the kind of palette that I think if I was right now going to buy a new high-end palette and I wanted a lot of options, I think that I would buy this one just because there are the neutrals, but there's pops of color and there's pops of a lot of different colors, as opposed to a more monochromatic palette like this. I think this is more versatile and you would get more use out of it if you don't have shades like this in your collection. But if you do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and these shades are calling your name, I really like this palette. I think it worked out gorgeously. The shades are really beautiful. They're great quality. They blend like a dream. I think that, I mean, all Urban Decay shadows, in my opinion, have been really easy to work with, and I think that they're really nice. So if this is calling your name, I would say splurge and grab it, but it's definitely not a necessity, and it's definitely not going to be something for everyone because not everyone wants like a monochromatic type color story palette in their collection. I'm actually curious, let me know down below in the comments, would you rather have a palette that tells like one color story, or would you rather have a palette that has a bunch of different shades in it like the Born to Run palette does? I almost forgot the setting spray. This is the cherry flavored. I mentioned before, I just don't like the scent. I think it smells like cough syrup, so if you are sensitive to scents, I would say pass on this, but I do love the actual original formula of the All Nighter setting spray. So if you have not tried this, I would recommend trying this out. And if you're obsessed with cherries and cherry flavored things, maybe try this one out. Or if you need a travel sized setting spray, maybe. But for me, this is a pass, and I will continue using my regular all-nighter. The Glide On eyeliners I think are really nice. They're pigmented. They don't pull at your eyes when you're trying to put them on. I feel like it's super easy to get a line without tugging at your eyes, which is something I'm always looking for. I'm excited to have 2 more shades in my collection. I think I have 7 shades of these right now. So I love this eyeliner. I think this is one of my favorite eyeliners that is in like a pencil gel type formula. I also have mentioned this in a video, I can't remember which video it was, but one thing that I like to do for these eyeliners, because I feel like people don't think they're versatile, is you can take a smudge brush and just brush the tip of the pencil and then smudge it out if you want to do that instead of applying the pencil directly to your eye. So I get a ton of use out of these. I use one of them almost every single day when I do my makeup. So highly, highly recommend these. And then lastly, the lipsticks. I love the formula of the Vice lipsticks. I think that it's amazing. These shades personally didn't call my name. This is fine as a lip topper. I think it looks good, but I wouldn't go out and buy this. So these shades were kind of a pass, but the formula is outstanding. So if you are looking for a good formula, and if any of these shades call your name, by all means, or just try out a different shade of it because the formula is great. Alrighty guys, those are all of my thoughts on the new cherry collection. Let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna pick something up? Are you gonna pass? Let me know all the things down below in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.